platform, a pretty compelling idea that's coming out in the very near future, and it's by a platform called Crypto World. And what I'm going to do here is really I'm going to educate you. This is not really a pitch for ICO, or I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not a investment counselor. So I just want to be able to educate you on something I think is really cool. It's unique, it's new, and before I do, I just want to really take a step back too. A lot of people really don't know my background other than I'm with Trade Genius, but I spent 25 years in the software business in the financial services arena, and my primary responsibility was business development and mergers and acquisitions, and my job was to help see around corners, fill current gaps, anticipate future gaps, and fill those with products and solutions. And the thing that I always look for is number one is an ability to execute. Do they have a good team? Do they have good financial footing? And do they see the future correctly? Are they meeting today's needs but also anticipating the futures? And I think these guys over at Crypto World have done so. And let me just first of all talk about their ability to execute. And here I'll click on the roadmap. But these guys are probably one of the fastest from inception to a completed blockchain in the crypto space. And literally from February to before the end of May, they're ready to go, and they're going to be starting to start their alpha testing, their beta testing, and start launching their additional product set all by this summer. Pretty incredible. The second thing about these guys is they have a really strong team, and that team consists around, they have the marketing people, to be able to go out there and sell and talk about the solution. They also have the evangelists inside, the people who are really passionate about the cryptocurrency space, blockchain, the new technologies that are coming about, and really the future. This whole Internet of You and the Internet of Things and the Internet of Money are all going to be wrapped around this whole concept that Crypto World has a pretty firm grasp around. And in addition to that, not just having a good team, they have operators on this team, but they also have early stage investors. Okay, they have a good core of advisors to help them stay on track. They have institutional investors, which is very important. Not just friends and family or some really early thinkers. You have people that are looking for a return, and they also have strategic partners already as well. So they're in pretty good shape that way as well. And the thing about them that is pretty cool is that I think they touched all the bases. And so if you go here and look at some of their offerings here, is that they kind of cut across the broad spectrum. So they have this cross-chain public transaction, where the thing that's happening now with Bitcoin and some of these other chains is that they get bogged down. It costs too much and too much energy, and so you're starting to hear a lot more about created chains and side chains and cross chains. Bitcoin and Litecoin did that already, and what that does, it facilitates speed and privacy and also secure transactions. And so that's one of the components they have as part of this network. The other thing is, I just talked about smart contracts. I'm a huge believer in what's happening with smart contracts and secret contracts. This is the ability to create trust through the technology without having to get lawyers involved or escrow companies involved or long negotiations. You set the parameters in place. Somebody has a product, somebody has a solution, somebody wants to pay. Boom. You get things done quickly, efficiently, drive cost out of the process, drive litigation out of the process, and these guys have the capability and technical blocks of code and be able then to pass them off and through basically around the world if you wanted to. You know, somebody in Tokyo wants to write some code. Hey, the sun's starting to shine in San Francisco. Immediately they're able to call out the changes that were made. And then from there, to be able to say, okay, I'm going to pass it on to now Ireland, for example. And only the changes are noted. Everything's locked down. If they need to go back for audit purposes, they can see who made what change when. And again, that it speeds efficiency. But it's not just for technology. You could do it. You think of any kind of business process that requires, you know, change of control, and this platform provides it. And then the last thing is they talked about here before I get into the most fun one they have is that shared account book systems. Look, I have 4 exchanges for my cryptos. I have a cold wallet, and I'd love to have one place to go to be able to observe all my cryptocurrency assets. And they have the capability of doing that for you. And so this really touches on all bases here. You have retail get involved here. You have, you know, business process efficiencies. You have technology process efficiencies. You have the traders or investors efficiencies. And then the big thing too is that they have a game chain as well. And so they're going to be able to offer games and mini apps such as soccer and casino games, and they're going to do something for the World Cup. And it's pretty cool. And sky's the limit. I mean, you could see what happened to some of these game manufacturers and these app developers is in be able just to build excitement. And so their technology kind of cuts across all of it. I really encourage you. There's very few places and people that can, you know, perform and get their technology out the door. You know, 70% of these coins go nowhere. These guys are already on a fast track. They have a good team in place. They definitely are seeing where the hockey puck is going, and they're filling those needs, and they're anticipating the future. And I highly encourage you to go ahead and check out their site. You just go to CWV.io and learn more information. You'll be hearing a lot from these guys in the future. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.